Okay, let me get my voice feedback in here. Excuse me. Test, test, test. Okay. Okay. ¿Quién no? Okay. Happy 4th of July to celebrate America's finest birthday. We're doing a flight, thing from Philly to Boston. ¿Sabe qué es esto? Philly to Boston, classic, you know, one of the original 13 colonies here. Boston being, I think that's, yeah, Boston Tea Party is when they dumped all the tea. And then Philadelphia, you know, one of them OG colonies. Yeah, celebrating America's birthday by doing this flight. Doing a My Pilot's Life event, pretty much. So it's going to give me some extra money, some extra points, and we should make it to our next rank of first officer today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start looking at this flight plan. We're leaving at 12:40, so in the next 43 minutes here, and get going. Today we are in American Airlines 1776, which is an actual real flight, by the way. It's really ironic. It's 1776, so really commemorating the birthday of our country today. Beautiful American Airlines. You know, I love my American Airlines. I love the downtown of Philly in the background and the bridge there. It's really, really cool to see. Yeah, so let's climb into the airplane. A320 as always. Now let's get in here. Oh, you see we got the American Airlines business class here. Anyways, let's get into the airplane. Oh, we have actual pamphlets in the back and everything. Alright, I'm just gonna blast the audio here. Alright. Looks like taking up to 2 o'clock. I never say that, but okay. 31,000 feet. I can't. Mi amor, can you talk on the phone over there or something, mi amor? Gracias. Goodness me. Okay. All right. Now, as I was 179 passengers, 5,907 in the cargo. Takeoff weight 160, 632. Cost index is 12. Very short flight, about 48 minutes en route. And then, like I said, we'll be on the ground at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Let's see here. For our flight plan, Philadelphia has that radar departure, so we'll just get some vectors out of here, and then we'll go direct to Ditch, Luigi, Hannah, and then JFK VOR, and then we'll do the Roebuck 3 arrival into whatever runway they're using over there. And then let's look at all these NOTAMs. I don't see anything. Runway 1735 is closed till July 7th. Okay. 09 left to 7 right is closed. Same thing. Oh, that's still 10 a.m. so we're good to use whatever runway now. Runway 826 is definitely closed though. Okay. Runway 1432 is closed except for taxiing. For Boston, and then for the approaches, I don't see anything. Cool. Let's move on. Okay, so destination forecast. Looking pretty good the entire day, so I'm not going to worry about that. Winds are a little strong right now. It's gusting 25 over there, but we should be fine with that. Runway 01, or excuse me, here at Philadelphia, winds are coming out from the north. 11 knots, gusting 19. 3009 on the altimeter. Alternate's looking good as well. All right. And then en route, we do have a little bit of turbulence from 16,000 or 40,000 feet. And then what altitude where say we're climbing at 31. And then we have a crosswind the entire flight. Looks like 33 left will be the one in use. So we'll have a slight crosswind, but should be alright. So we can automatically select the ILS for that. I don't think there's any VATSIM online, is there? There is a tower online over there, unfortunately. And there's a tower online over here. So not enough VATSIM for me to use it, so I'm just gonna stay on beyond ATC. Okay. Looks like 09 left is what they want to use. Alright. I feel pretty briefed up. The weather's looking pretty good. A little windy, gusty, but not too bad. Should be a good flight. 48 minutes en route. And I think we have some festivities today for 4th of July, so I think we'll call it a day after we land over in Boston. So let's go ahead and get some ground power. And I never really talked about how to set up a what is this clip thing? Never really talked about how to set up a Airbus cockpit. So I usually go through the flight plan, as you can see, kind of like the same thing I do every single stream. Go through, look at the flight plan, the OFP, and make sure it says the dispatch release. Right now, Obviously, this is a flight sim environment, but in a real life, you cannot leave. You cannot depart unless that dispatch flight plan that you get says dispatch release. If it doesn't say, if it says flight release, then that's more for like ferry flying or something like that. But if it's a paid revenue flight, then you have to have a dispatch release. So mine says dispatch release up on the top, and we'll have our flight number 1776, and I won't go through the whole entire flight plan, but that's pretty much what I already talked about is what we go through. So usually first officer, I have set up the external power. They'll go up and turn on the external power, and we'll have usually, I think actually what you want to do, let's go ahead and shut it off. Let's do it the right way. You want to have battery 1 turned on, and then that should illuminate white off. Once that's white off, you can go ahead and turn on battery 2. You can see we're above 25 volts. We're looking good. Or I think it's 26.5. We'll turn on the external power. That's the proper method on doing that. Right now we're at 12:06. We depart at 12:40. So we need to start getting ready to pre-flight. So I'll tell my first officer, let's start setting up. And you should reply. I hope this doesn't work. I'm gonna freak out. Let's start setting up. Oh boy. Let me see if it's...
Audio test complete.
Let's start setting up.
Roger.
There we go. Sometimes it's a little finicky that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and... My track IR is acting all whack. We'll go ahead and bump these numbers. We got 179 in the cargo, our passengers, and then 5907 in the cargo, and our block fuel should be 14,521, which you got 14,522. So good. Go ahead and start the boarding process. And while we go through that, he's gonna go through his flow. And once he does that, is he gonna do his flow? I think it might be broken. There we go. Okay, I saw him move his hand, thankfully. So he'll go ahead and put that to nav. And then while our ADIRSs are lining up, usually we go 1, 2, and then 3 in the middle. And then we go down here to evacuation, set that to captain. We want to make sure that if we are evacuating the aircraft, if there's a need for evacuation, we want to make sure that the captain is the one making that decision, not necessarily captain or pursuers. I guess that might be based on SOP on whatever airline. You can also do emergency generator tests. We can test that out, but we don't really need to right now. I will turn this to ground control to make sure that our cockpit voice recorder is being is recording everything in the cabin while we're setting things up, because this could be part of an investigation if we do end up getting into a crash, which we won't. Nav lights can come on to indicate to the ground that there is power to the aircraft, and then emergency lights can come armed, no smoking, and we'll leave this. Jesus. We'll leave the seatbelt signs off for now, and we'll test our annunciators, make sure all our lights are working, and we'll leave that as it is. Integral lights can come off, and ditching is guarded landing elevations on auto. All this is on auto. Probe heat can stay off for now. We're well above freezing temps. Speed brake disagree. There we go. Make sure my throttles are working. Okay, good. Anti-ice can also remain off. Again, we are well above freezing temperatures. We're at 27 degrees Celsius today. Packs can stay on. Obviously, there's no air going through, so we'll have a fault light. Hot air can stay on too. We should have some warm temperatures in the cockpit and the cabin, so we can go ahead and look at yeah, 80 degrees. So let's go ahead and connect the preconditioned air, so hopefully we can get some air flowing. And then we can leave that as it is. All right. Batteries again are good. We can double check the batteries are being charged. So we have 0 amperage right now. So if we turn off the batteries, we should see them come off, and then I think they should come back on, and then they'll be training. Should start training within 7 seconds or something like that, which is good. We're good. And then fuel pumps can come off still because we are loading fuel here in a little bit. So I think they should start fueling. Yep, they are. And we'll go ahead and test engine number 1 and engine number 2. Make sure the ECAM actions come up, and then we should be able to silence the warning, but it'll be fine. Alright, COM3 is set to data, which is the data given to the McDo's and the CPU DLCs, which we don't have. I might be wrong with MacDo. Again, I'm not A320 type rated, so this is all just from my experience flying the Airbus over many years. Alright, let's see here. I think we want to turn off the cabin fan so we can get the airflow going into the cabin a little bit better here. You see we're at 69 now, and the temperatures are kind of lowering. It was at 80 before, but we have the cabin fans on. I think that makes it go hotter. Let me see. Turn the cabin fans back on, you'll see this temperature rise, I think. Yep, there it is. So yeah, we want to keep that cabin fans turned on so that preconditioned air can do its thing. Let me see what happens if you turn off the blower too. It's not blowing anything into there. Yeah, so we'll leave the blowers on, and we'll have that fans on. Cool. MCP panel can stay as it is. We're going to go ahead and brief up the flight plan and our departure here in a little bit. Check our engine pages. Oil quantity is good. Bleed air is looking good too. Landing elevation is on auto, as you can see there. And we want to make sure we are at 0. Delta P is looking good. Obviously, we have the doors open and stuff, so we're not going to have any pressurization issues. Hydraulics are in the green. Fuel quantity, we're looking good. We're coming up to balance. We are fully loaded now, so we will start boarding here in a little bit. And APU is currently off. Conditioned air is still doing this thing. And then brake temps looking good. Tire pressures are looking good. Flight controls are looking good. Come over here, check our database. We're good till 9th of July. Frequencies are looking good. Integral lights are good. Radar is turned off. We don't want to be blasting any radar into people's faces down there. Throttle set to idle. Engines cut off on norm. And ground spoilers are retracted. Flaps are indicating its correct position. Transponder is off. Parking brake is set. Landing gear, manual landing gear extension is guarded in its place. And circuit breakers, typically you look at it from the side when you're entering the airplane. But yeah. And then there's a fire extinguisher, I believe, back there. I can't see it, but I'm sure it's back there. Okay, cool. Cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation checklist. He's going to be a little slow, I know it.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
14,520 pounds.
Seat belts.
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
It is 30. Let me look at the barrel ref one more time again. .3008 set.
3008 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Okay, great. So now that that's completed, we have passengers are going to start boarding here soon. Fuel is done. So we have our seatbelt signs on. Fuel pumps can come on. And we'll go ahead and start programming our make-do. Let me make sure it is recording my voice. Okay, good. So I kind of want to start putting more emphasis into my channel. I really want to grow it out, but I know it takes a long time to get to where a lot of these flight streamers are at, but to me, I mean, I do this for fun, so honestly, I don't care if I go pro or famous or not, but I would like to increase the viewing of my channel now. Alright, we're going to Philadelphia to Boston, and I'll talk more about it later, but let's focus on this. Philadelphia to Boston, alternate, it's going to be KMHT, which is Manchester Boston Regional. KHMT, put that in there. And our cost index, I believe, is set to 12. Cost index that flexes from company to company, and it's based off the flight. So the higher the cost index, the faster. I think the higher the cost index, the more fuel you're gonna burn. So it means you're gonna go faster, probably. I believe my brother-in-law, who actually is A320 type rated, showed me that if you are I'm not gonna say the company he was with, but whenever there was like a delay or something that he was experiencing in a flight, that they would put the cost index to 99, which maxes out the speed that's optimal for the flight in order for them to get there a little bit quicker. So again, but yeah, cost index varies, and it's I see the cost index on my flight plan, and that's just the number that I put. So alright, cool. So we have our ground temperature set, and that's going to base off our takeoff calculations there and our true winds. So that gives us our flight plan calculations so we can get accurate ETAs
Hi,
and
security and safety check
timing.
are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
What is going on with that plane right there? Cool. So they started boarding. There's not that many people coming on, so we might do this pretty quick here. So let's see here. Right now they're using runway. Let's see, departure, ATIS, runway. Departing runway 27 left, runway 35. So I'm probably going to expect runway 27 left. So we can do that. 27 left, and there's going to be no SID because it's just going to be radar vectors. We'll just put in the Philadelphia 4, actually. It's typically what's given anyways. And the Philadelphia 4 is just a radar departure, so it gives us kind of like a obstacle clearance instructions, initial climb instructions, and then we should expect vectors from ATC to our first waypoint, which is the ditch. So let's take a look at the Philadelphia 4 departure. You want to verify it has the right name, we have the right airport or city, because apparently there's been situations where people have read the wrong approach plate for the wrong city, so they get confused. Make sure the valid date, which I don't see one here. Actually, June 6, 2025 is the valid date apparently. Alright. We make sure we have the right name. We look at our takeoff obstacles. Nothing there, and make sure we meet the takeoff minimums. So takeoff minimums are for runway 27 left. It's standard, so it means there's 1 statute miles since we have 2 engines, 1 statute miles, and that's our takeoff minimums, which we meet. Today's 10 statute miles, so we're good. And then we look at our takeoff, our climb gradient. So we usually climb around where our V2 speed will probably be around 150, so we can kind of interpolate between those two. And for this takeoff is standard, so we're good. We don't really need we meet the climb gradient with that, which I believe is 200 feet per nautical mile. Is the standard which we meet. So with our Airbus, we'll climb at like 2,000 feet per minute. Alright, so our initial climb, we'll climb on heading assigned by ATC, which is typically runway heading, so we'll leave that as it is in managed mode. And that's about it. It's a very simple departure. We'll get our vectors, minimum safe out to 2,600. So, and then we'll go ahead and go through our flight plan. We'll go through our first waypoint is Ditch, then we'll go to Luigi, Hannah, and then we'll cross over the JFK VOR. Hopefully my simulator doesn't crash when I'm flying over New York. And then we'll come into Boston. And this one, we usually get assigned a little bit after we depart, but we can expect to use runway 33 left, and we can always plan for the ILS. ILS gives us down to the lowest minimums, and it's the best for our flight. We want to ensure that we can get onto the ground on the first try, always. So ILS is always the best way to do it. Obviously, with the conditions now, we can easily expect to do a visual approach, but it's always good to have an ILS set up so you can have it as a backup. So we'll come in and we'll do the Roebuck 3 arrival, JFK transition, since that's where we're coming in from. And for our approach via, I don't really have one set up, but we can come in at Ben, and that should be just fine. And if we look at our flight plan here on the plan setting, we'll see our flight plan is nicely built on our nav screen. So we got Ditch, Luigi, Hannah, JFK, Newies, and then we do have some restrictions, it looks like, on the Roebuck 3. So taking a look at the arrival plate, obviously the same thing as always. Look at your arrival plate, make sure it's the right one, the right name, the right city, and then you're using the right runways. For 33 left, which I think it just updated that, it's not going to be in use, but we'll see. C1020E. Oh yeah, this arrival is really long. It takes you out way over the bay, like way over it, and then it swings you all the way around. But no worries, I think we'll see what we even get assigned. It might change. All right. Runway 33 left. We'll come in at JFK, and then FX will be at 23,000 feet. That's a hard altitude, so we have to be there at that altitude. Ruiz at 2100 or 21,000 and above. All in at or above 17. Banky at or above 16. And then Roebuck at 260 knots at or above 12. Provi at or above 11. Then we'll come in at Judy or whatever. Jaina at 11,250. You can tell if it's at or below with this plus sign, 11,000, that's at or above. The no plus sign or negative sign, you're at that altitude. And of course you want to bump this off your actual arrival plate. Double check that you're actually complying with the restrictions. Ansley at 8,240. 220 at Barry and at above 6,000. Bog at 6,210. So it gives us a nice slowdown. And then from there, we turn left direct to Ben, and then that transitions directly to our ILS approach. We'll come in at Ben at 4,000, Gohas at 3,000, Nimoy at 1,500, and you can tell off this approach plate that 1,500 is our glide slope intercept altitude, so that marks our final approach fix for the ILS approach. So that means we have to be fully configured with our gear down and ready to go for our landing prior to that final approach fix. And of course we'll bump this. Obviously you can do this later, but I usually like to do everything on the ground before we depart, so that way nothing is left undone. We got the ILS 33 left, we got the right frequencies Localizer frequency is going to be 110.7. Obviously, we don't have it set up right now because it's going based off of Philadelphia. Final approach course to 330 Des Moines is what we just talked about, our glide slope intercept altitude. We do have a decision altitude of 216, and our airport elevation is 19. Touchdown elevation is 16. So 116 is our minimums if we do see the approach lighting systems, and we can take it down to there. Alright, for our missed approach, we'll climb to 1500, then our climbing right turn to 3000, outbound the Boston VOR, radio 030 to Waxon, 14 miles out, we'll hold there, and then pretty much do a parallel entry into the hold. We do meet the current minimum, so we can depart, and we can expect to land there on the first try. Alright, cool. Flight plan is done. They are probably almost done boarding here, and 79 passengers, so we got 15 minutes to go. Let's go ahead and do our performance, and we'll do our departure briefing. So 27 left, we'll go ahead and load up our preliminary load sheet here. And I always like to bump this off, make sure we have the right load sheet. We don't have the different, flight plan or something that it's loading it off of. Flaps will be optimal, force toga no, anti-ice will be off, packs will be on. And our takeoff weight is expected to be 116.6, which is correct. And then our CG. We'll go ahead and refresh our weather. We'll calculate that. And we'll go ahead and populate our V1 speeds here and V2 VR speed. It told us our optimal flap config should be at 2. We'll go ahead and accept that. And we can have our flap retraction speed at 152. And our slat retraction speed at 203, and we'll be fully clean at 220. And of course, those numbers are identified by the green dot, the S and the F that show up on our airspeed tape there. So typically, you have to type them in individually onto the McDo, but thankfully, we can just send it directly to there, save us some time. V1 is 56, VR 161, V2 161, so we'll climb out at V2 and continue from there. Flaps do up 0.4, flex takeoff to 54. Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
So our flex takeoff temperature, that helps save engine life by flexing the engines to a certain temperature, make the engines think that they're at that temperature, which allows them to perform at a lower thrust setting. This helps save engine life over time, and instead of, if you were doing a toga takeoff every single time, you're pretty much you are maxing out those engines. And considering the situations, if you have that's dependent on the runway length or the temperature of the day. If you have a hot day and you have a short runway, it might be better to do a toga takeoff because you are giving the engines the ability to produce as much thrust as it possibly can. But however, if you have a long runway and it's not as hot outside and the density altitude is good, maybe you're not that heavy either, it might be better to do a flex takeoff temperature. That helps save the engine's life over time. And of course, the airlines run off of money. Everything is off profit here, so we want to make sure we're saving the airline money because it's part of my job. Alright, so this is our secondary flight plan. We'll go ahead and typically put our departure in here, and I've seen many different things. I think it's like 2,800 here, but we'll put 3,000. You just go ahead and put in like a backup here into a return to Philadelphia. This is kind of for redundancy purposes, so in the case we do need to come back expeditiously, we can easily put up the secondary flight plan, activate that, and we have a waypoint to Philadelphia already. Cool. So with that being said, we have our AirNet data is completed. We're just waiting on that final load sheet. Once we finish uploading passengers, we'll go ahead and put that in there. Flight plan will come in and we just double check all that. Fuel prediction we'll get with our final load sheet. Secondary flight plan is good, and our performance is checked already. Good. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to our IFR clearance. We are within 30 minutes of departure. So we can go ahead and request that. So let's go to 135.925, which is the frequency set on my airport diagram here. And we'll look at 135.925. Let me do something here real quick. Nine two five.
Visibility 10. Good clouds at 6,000.
Just give it a quick listen.
2.12. Altimeter 3008. VFR condition. Landing runway 27 right. 35. Departing runway 26. 27 left. 35. Vertical hold short instruction. Advise on initial contact. You have information Zulu.
Alright, information Zulu's current. We'll go ahead and put that to our guard frequency. And we'll go ahead and contact Philadelphia clearance 118.85. And let's give it one last, well, that's already it right there. Let's give it one double check to see if there is any VATSIM online. And it's just Philadelphia Tower at the moment. Oh, there is Boston Center just came online. We will depart without VATSIM, and then we'll probably see if we can turn it on during the flight. I'll make sure this is okay. Okay, yeah. So we'll go ahead and do that. And typically, I do this on VATSIM, but we'll go ahead and just let our first officer take care of the comms today. We'll go ahead and request IFR clearance.
American 1776, ready to copy IF or clearance to Logan Airport.
American 1776, Philadelphia clearance, cleared to Logan. Radar vector stitch, then is filed. Maintain 4,000. Expect flight level tree 10, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.75. Squawk 1 tree 01.
1301.
Cleared to Logan. Radar vector stitch, then is filed. Maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.75. Squawk 1301. American 1776.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see. He's about to say something else.
American 1776, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start. American 1776.
Trying to get it cooler back then. Okay, so we got our IFR clearance. So we're cleared to Boston Logan Airport. We'll get our radar vectors over the ditch. We'll climb to 4,000, which is what we were given. So we'll go ahead and put that in the MCP. Our frequency is the one that they gave us. I don't have it memorized. And then 1301 on the squawk code. Good. With that being said, I think they're done boarding already. Jeez, that was very quick. Okay, so we are within 7 minutes of departure, so let's go ahead and brief up this flight plan. Should have everything. So we got our 0 fuel weight 148.1, and I like to again bump that off our flight plan, make sure we are within limits. So we are planning on 146.7, but we're at 148.1, but we are well within our maximum 0 fuel weight, which I don't see it placarded here, but we're fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and double check our performance now with the new weights. See, we're a little bit heavier than expected. That's okay. Nothing changed. So we're good. Are you ready for the departure briefing? Cancel checklist.
Gear pins and covers. Roger.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay. So we're here at the gate Bravo 9 at Philadelphia. we can expect runway 27 left for departure. No hotspots along that route, but we're going to expect to taxi via Kilo and then maybe Lima. We are going to cross runway 27 right, which they are using, I believe, for arrival. So we'll double check that it's clear of any obstacles or any approaching aircraft, and we'll get our clearance across. And then we'll line up around Sierra 1 there. Got 12,000 feet of runway available for us. Conditions are currently dry, winds are good, a little bit of a crosswind today, gusty conditions, but we should be able to handle it. And yeah, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and look at our performance.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yep, clear to close.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. Our fellow passengers, they're ready to go. Just going to go ahead and finish briefing up this flight plan. We do need to start the APU, so let's go ahead and start the master switch. I'll put it onto APU, and we'll go ahead and put it to start. We'll make sure that APU is starting.
American 2433, at gate Alpha 9er. Request pushback and engine start.
And then we'll go ahead and continue on with this departure brief.
American
So yeah,
2433.
V1 is 156. So if any failure prior to that, we'll board takeoff, pull power to idle, and apply the brakes and board our takeoff. And get off the runway if we can. Anything after V1, we'll continue our takeoff, rotate at 61, take the issue up in the air, and then we'll climb up at 161. We'll start retracting our flaps once we're airborne well above 152, and then we'll clean up our flaps completely at 204 there. Flaps 2 up 0.1 and our flex takeoff temperature 54 degrees. So again, we'll do the Philadelphia for departure, so we'll just fly runway heading most likely. We'll get a radar vector to ditch and then continue on as filed from there. We'll climb up to 4,000 feet. Again, the weather is pretty good today, just some windy conditions, but again, not too bad. And really the only concern for today's flight is just complacency. Today's July 4th, so we do have maybe some passengers that are anxious to get home or anxious to go party or whatever it is, so we'll just make sure we give them a good comfortable flight today. So weather is good. We'll do our reduced thrust again and 27 left. Everything looks good. Do you have any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. That being said, let's go ahead and do our passenger brief. Make sure that no one's talking in here.
American 2433, taxi for departure.
And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you aboard today's American Airlines flight 1776, service to Boston Logan Airport. On behalf of American Airlines and our flight crew, we'd like to thank you for choosing American today for your source of airline travel. We'd like to give you a big happy 4th of July today as we get you to your destination today. We are getting ready to push back here in the next couple minutes, just finishing up some paperwork, and we'll be on our way here shortly. We ask that you help the cabin prepare for departure by finding your seats and placing your seatbelts on. Seatbelt signs will come on, stay on for a bit of a flight. It's about 48 minutes en route, and we'll climb up at around 31,000 feet. If we do find an opportunity to turn off the seatbelt signs, we shall do that. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure, and arm doors across 6, standby for all call. Alright. That being said, let's go ahead and start getting ready. Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and check. Excuse me. Set and check. On. He's struggling. Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 156, VR 161, V2 161, flap set to 2, up 0.4, flex takeoff temperature 54 degrees. Set and checked. Set and checked.
V1 156, VR 161, V2 161, flex temp 54 degrees. Windows.
Verify. Closed. Closed.
Beacon.
Sierra
On.
1,
Before
American
start checklist
2433.
completed.
Okay, great. And since it's a holiday, they are gonna pay me extra for this flight. So that's great. To reduce textures of our AR traffic there, helping out with the frames. Oh, go ahead and request our pushback.
American 1776, at Gate Bravo 9er, request pushback and engine start.
American 1776, Philadelphia ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest. American 1776.
Okay, he wants us nose left then.
American 2433, contact Philadelphia Tower 1 Tree 5.1. Contact Tower 1 Tree 5.1. American 2433, have a good one.
Supposed to release parking brakes or? Okay. I think there's some sort of issue with the communications with GSX because they're not really saying anything. All right. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Oh. There you go. All right, we got a Ryzen N2.
At this time, in just a few moments, we'll be showing you the safety video. Once the video has concluded, we'll be in the aisles to answer any questions you have before we're seated for taxi out. My name is Susan. I'm your purser for today's flight, along with Charles in the economy cabin. We do welcome you aboard.
Welcome to your American Airlines flight. On its way to one of
Alright,
our many destinations
starting engine 1.
across the globe.
Okay.
Made possible by our dedicated team members, who all do it for one reason.
That's why your safety is so important to us.
There's available.
So let's go over some in-flight instructions so that we can get you safely on your way.
To buckle your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, lift the top of the buckle. And remember,
GSX is not
seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. Now, make sure your seat is upright. All larger electronic devices are put away. Carry-ons are placed all the way under the seat in front of you, and your tray table is stowed. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including e-cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card in your seat pocket, which explains the safety features, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This aircraft is designed with escape path lighting on or near the floor. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, leave all carry-ons behind and follow the lights quickly and safely to the nearest exit. A sign will indicate you have reached your exit. All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All
He's got the pen and he's waving goodbye.
To use in the unlikely event of an emergency.
See you later.
In a water evacuation, the exit door slides in the front and
Alright.
back of the airplane.
After start
may be
checklist.
detached and used for flotation. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. When directed
After
to
start
exit,
checklist.
jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. If the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will
Anti-ice.
drop automatically.
Off.
While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened,
Off.
hold
ECAM
down on the
status.
mask or the red string
Checked.
to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and
Ooh,
mouth,
I
and
don't
put the
have
elastic
cabin
band
fans
over
turned
your
on.
head. Then pull the straps to tighten
Off.
and breathe normally. Remember to always put your own mask on
Checked.
first before helping others. Know that oxygen
Set
is
and checked.
flowing even if the bag doesn't inflate. Life vests
Pitch
are located
trim.
under, next to, or between
0.4%
your seat. For
set.
help locating them,
Rudder
see your
trim.
safety card.
Neutral.
To remove the
After
vest,
start
pull the
checklist
tab or
completed.
compartment handle
Okay.
to break the seal.
Flight controls
If
check.
equipped with an elastic harness, remove the harness
Flight
before
controls
opening
check.
the pouch.
Ready.
Remove the vest from the package like this.
Full up.
Put the vest over your head, wrap
Full
the strap
down.
around your waist, attach the buckle
Neutral.
and pull tight.
Full
Once outside,
left.
pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube. In the water, a light on your vest will automatically illuminate.
Full right.
If necessary, an infant life vest
Neutral.
will be distributed by a crew
Full
member.
left.
The safety card shows how to use
Full
it.
right.
It's our honor to care for you on your journey.
Neutral.
If you have any questions,
Okay.
please refer to the safety card or feel free to ask
Brake check.
any of the cabin crew as they do their final cabin check. And as always, let
Pressure
us know if
zero.
there's anything we can do to
Alright.
make your journey more enjoyable.
Clear left side.
American Airlines.
American 1776. Request taxi.
Clear left side.
American 1776. Runway 27 left.
Clear
taxi
right
via
side.
Juliet, November. Hold short runway 27 right.
Runway 27 left taxi via Juliet.
Ready.
November.
Clear
Hold
right
short
side.
Runway 27 right. American 1776.
Taxi checklist. We'll go here. We're already on Juliet, so November's just up ahead. We'll go up and hold short right
Flight
there.
controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
The cockpit,
Takeoff no blue.
looks like we're number one for takeoff.
Takeoff no
Flight
blue.
attendants, please prepare for departure.
Taxi checklist completed.
Yes, go ahead.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay. Let them know we're holding short.
American 1776. Holding short 27 right.
American 1776. Cross runway 27 right at Alpha 2. Continue taxi via November. Kilo, Papa, Sierra 1.
Cross runway 27 right at Alpha 2. Continue taxi via November. Kilo, Papa, Sierra 1. American 1776.
Approaching 09 left.
This is so confusing, but okay, we're just gonna
American
continue here.
1866, Gate Bravo 14, request pushback. American 1866, Philadelphia ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south. Pushback and engine start approved. Face south. American 1866.
Strobe light off, or it's already off. Cool. Get a good view of the Philadelphia city in the background there. And we'll take this all the way down to Sierra 1.
Delta 2880.
Have cruise seats for takeoff, please.
Delta 12, request pushback. Delta 2880, Philadelphia ground, pushback and engine start
We
approved.
want to make sure we don't go above 30 knots here on the ground speed.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south. Delta 2880.
There's some birds over the runway there.
American 1776. Contact Philadelphia Tower 135.1.
Over to Tower 135.1. American 1776.
Let Tower know. Tower American 7076. Just to let you know, there's some birds over the runway of 27 right.
American 1776, thanks for the report. Wildlife activity noted.
OMG, did I? You know what? I totally missed 01. That's my bad. Just go ahead and correct that. Don't do what I just did right there. Totally missed Sierra 1. Man, that's a bad error right there. That's how you get a pilot deviation. Noted, but thankfully it's just a simulator. Anyways. Tower American 7076, holding short, runway 27 left, ready for departure.
American 1776, Philadelphia Tower. Wind 350 at 8. Fly heading 270, runway 27 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 270, runway 27 left. Cleared for takeoff. American 1776.
Alright. Runway entry procedure.
Takeoff runway confirmed.
Checked.
Approach path clear of traffic.
Approaching. 27 left.
Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 27 left confirmed.
Runway 27 left confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
On.
On runway.
Set and checked.
27 left.
Lineup checklist completed.
Ready?
Ready.
Alright, takeoff.
Check.
Go ahead and set it at 50%. Let the engine stabilize. Engine stable. Man flex 54 degrees, SRS runway auto throttle blue.
American
Checked.
1866.
Thrust set.
Continue taxi. Continue taxi. American 1866.
100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Delta 2880. Runway 27 left. Line up and wait. Runway 27 left. Line up and wait. Delta 2880.
Flaps 1.
Delta 2880.
Speed checked.
Philadelphia Tower. Wind 350
Flaps
at
1.
8. Fly heading 270. Runway 27 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Good climb thrust.
Fly heading 270.
Thrust climb, climb, down.
Left. Cleared for takeoff. Delta 2880. American 1776. Contact Philadelphia departure.
Contact Philadelphia departure. American 1776. Philadelphia departure. American 1776. 2,800.
1,000 to go.
American 1776. Philadelphia departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 15,000. Altimeter 3008.
Climb and maintain 15,000. Altimeter 3008. American 1776.
Set altitude 15,000.
American 1776. Turn left. Heading 105.
Turn left, heading 105. American 1776.
Set heading 105. Set altitude 15,000. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Philadelphia departure, Delta 2880, 1,200 feet. Delta 2880, Philadelphia departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 17,000, altimeter 3008. Climb and maintain 17,000, altimeter 3008, Delta 2880.
Just climb up blind nav.
Delta 2880, clear direct stall. Reasonable navigation. Roger, we'll head direct stall and reasonable navigation Delta 2880. Thanks. Philadelphia departure, American 1866, 1,100 feet. American 1866, Philadelphia departure, radar contact, climb maintain.
There's Philly in the downtown over there. That's beautiful.
Climb maintain flight level 180, American 1866. American 1776, turn left, heading 050.
Turn left, heading 050, American 1776.
Set heading 050.
American 1866, clear direct stall. Reasonable navigation. Clear direct stall. Reasonable navigation, American 1866.
Landing lights off. Okay, cool.
American 1776, clear direct ditch. Reasonable navigation.
Roger, heading direct ditch, and reasonable navigation American 1776. Thanks.
Alright, go ahead and direct to ditch. Usually the first officer does that, but I'm still hand flying, so my hands stay on the controls at all times. Once we get that flight director lined up nicely, we'll go ahead and turn on the autopilot.
American 1776, contact Washington Central 124.
Autopilot went on.
Contact Washington Center 1 to 4.775, American 1776. See ya. Washington Center, American 1776, one to 12,400 for 15,000 feet direct ditch.
Dover approach was online just now. Dover.
American 1776, Washington Center, climb maintain flight level 310.
Climb maintain flight level 310, American 1776.
Yeah, so we're above 10,000, so we can go ahead and conduct non-official conversations, non-essential conversations. So, yeah, so my channel, I would like to grow it a little bit. Again, my goal is not to be the most famous streamer in the world, but I mean, I do like to be able to reach out to more people and be able to stream. I know there's a community out there for me that would like videos like these. I just don't think those videos are getting out to them. So, kind of describe who I am, right? I am an avid flight simmer, as you can see based off my channel. I've been flying since doing flight sim, I should say, since FS9, pretty much. Is that FS Flight Simulator 2004? Yeah, I think that was my first ever one. Then I went on to the Flight Simulator X, then the Pre-3D, and then now Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And then hopefully soon, once everything gets figured out, Flight Simulator 2024. However, I've been doing that for almost over a decade now. Well, since I got 2004, it's been almost 20 years now that I've been flight simming. I went from flying the Boeing 737 BMDG. I flew that one a lot on Prepare 3D. And then Boeing 777 shortly after that. I was flying that quite some bit. So I got pretty good with those systems. However, it's been such a long time that I'm kind of rusty on those systems. I don't fly it as much. Then when Flight Simulator 2020 came out, actually no, it was with the FS Labs on P3D. When that came out, I started to experiment more with the Airbus, and I started to like it more. So now, with 2020, you know, fly-by-wire was the first quote-unquote study-level Airbus available on Flight Simulator 2020. So that was the first one that I got, and that's what I've stuck with pretty much. And then Phoenix came out. Now I've been hooked on Phoenix ever since. My landings have changed drastically ever since I went to Phoenix, but now I'm starting to learn how to land the Phoenix a little better now. But yeah, that's been my flight sim story. Real life, however, I am a pilot. I am finishing up my commercial pilot certificate at the moment, so I am a private pilot with instrument rating, and then finishing up my commercial pilot certificate here, and hopefully the end of December is when I should hopefully get my check ride. I'm a little nervous for it, but yeah, I mean, real flight training is definitely obviously transition to flight sim, you know, real world applications and stuff, and then all these airline procedures, you know, a little bit of turbulence you can see there, heck of an updraft there. You can see, look at that updraft, we just went up to like 4,300 feet per minute. Now there's the downdraft. Airline flying, again, that's just a combination of me flying for many years and also learning as I go. And in my classes, I also took an airlines operations class. This is kind of the same thing as a Part 121 onboarding class, where they teach you the regulations of Part 121. Took that class, so that kind of really helped with learning the regulations of 121. And yeah, so again, I'm not an actual Airbus pilot, but I do have a lot of experience with it, and I've talked to a lot of people who are realistic Airbus pilots. Look at these downdrafts right now we're getting. That's insane. Just a little bit of turbulence. No worries. I've been streaming for not that long, to be honest. Probably for close to maybe 2 years now, maybe 3. Started off on Twitch, and I got my Twitch channel grew quite a bit, but it was just kind of stagnant, and I didn't like that the videos didn't stay on the channel after I finished streaming. They would stay on the channel for like a couple days, but then they would disappear. On YouTube, I like it a little bit better because the platform is a little bit more better to find flight streaming content, I believe. And then the videos also stay on the channel for, I don't even know how long they stay on. They've been staying on ever since I started, so I don't know if they get deleted or not, but I don't know how YouTube is able to store all this data, but they're doing a good job doing it. So yeah, again, my goal is to become an airline pilot in real life. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's been a blessing. It's been hard. The Lord is good, and He blesses me tremendously throughout this career. And I think the fruits of my success has been, in gratitude for Him, because God has absolutely provided every single one of my needs. He has helped me through all the struggles and all the doubts. And sometimes I've had little faith. Sometimes I've had a lot of faith. But one thing I've known for sure that He's proven to me throughout this entire career is that He has never left me. So yeah, I mean, my goal is to finish out my commercial certificate here, get my multi-engine shortly afterwards, and then start instructing even right after that. And then work on getting my 1,500 hours and go to whichever airline takes me first. So I would love to fly for Frontier one day, but I think I might try to go for Tradewind Aviation when I hit my 800 hours. I think that's my minimum requirement to fly with them is 800. So we'll see what the Lord has in store for us. But for right now, we're resting in His grace. We're just being patient throughout this career. I've been going at it. I've been flying since 2022, because when I started my private pilot training. So it's been a slower ride than most people, but again, each person goes through a different journey, and that journey is based off what the Lord has in store for you. And the Lord has a lot of things in store for me. So while it's not as fast as I'd like me to go, but it's what God has in store for me, and I have to be patient with that. So, as you can tell, I am very passionate about my faith in Christ. So I'm not ashamed to talk about my faith in Christ. I don't care which platform doesn't like it, but I am all for sharing my faith in Jesus Christ. And I can assure you that's the best decision you can ever make too, is to trust in Him and to follow Him. And let Him be the Lord of your life, and you can see how much your life will change. Side note, we're passing over Manhattan, and as you can see, there's New York. You can see there's JFK over to the bottom right of our nose there, and Manhattan over there on the left. We can see kind of where the Statue of Liberty should be. And we can see Central Park very clearly identified right there in the middle. Cool. And just like that, we are going to start descending very soon. We're going to cross JFK here. And, oh shoot, you know what? I forgot a contact center. Never mind, they are offline, so actually no, their Boston Center is offline. We're gonna go talk to VATSIM. We can go ahead and get some real world flight experience or conversations going on. They might ping us here for not having for tuning in the middle of the flight. I think they actually might hate us for doing this right now. But I don't care. They just sign on randomly, so we'll wait for one of them to contact us. But in the meantime, let's get all this other stuff ready to go. Contact Boston Center because that's the one we're going to go to next here. 134.7. We might get contacted by New York Center, but we're so close to Boston Center that they might just not want to talk to us just yet.
$1,000 to go.
up with our fuel consumption? No way we burned 5,000 pounds of fuel on that takeoff already. Right now we are estimated 9,000 pounds, but this is, we just passed JFK. We should be at at 10.4 at JFK. So I mean we're actually where we should be. Okay. Except we don't. It says that we don't have enough to go to our alternate, which is kind of crazy. We should have enough fuel. Destination fuel. Estimated fuel on board below minimum. Minimum fuel reserves is 5,700. We're estimated to get there at 9.1. Interesting. We're gonna continue on. We still have enough to get there. However, I'm not too sure. We're supposed to land with 8.6. But it says we're estimated to land with 9.1, so I mean we're still above that, so it's fine. We'll be okay. Let's see here. We'll wait till we get to Boston Center, actually. Boston Center, American, 1776, flight level 310. Alright, we're gonna start descending anyways. Bring out some speed brakes. Okay, while we wait for them to contact us, go ahead and start getting our landing performance done. Apply the MEDAR, and for our landing weight, we need to go to fuel prediction. 9.0 plus 148.1, so we're looking at 147.1. We can go ahead and do low auto brakes and max reverses. We got 10,000 feet of runway, and we only need 7,000. Boston Center, American, 1776. 125, 325. Let's try that. Let's see. What's going on with my audio for VATSIM?
American 1416,
Welcome back.
Sorry, there was American 1843, American 1843, Boston, Senegal, 2832, that's approved, full back to Osprey 1776, left heading 290, join localizer.
Boston Center, American 1776. How do you hear me now?
American 1776, the really loud and clear, how me?
I hear you loud and clear now.
Hooray, that's awesome, thank you, American 1776, and Confederate Pro V.
Roger, clear direct to Pro V, American 1776.
American 1776, thank you. Descend via the Roebuck pre-arrival for runway 27, Boston altimeter 3001, except maintain 300 knots until advised.
Roger, we'll descend via the Roebuck 3 and we'll expect runway 27. We'll maintain 300 knots until advised, American 1776.
American 1416.
Alright, we're going to expect runway 27 now.
American 1416, roger, halfway back. Osprey 1776. Osprey 1776, 2 miles from Lona, maintain 3000 till established, cleared, island. Osprey 1776, thank you, contact Boston Tower 128.8, have a great day. Before.
Spielberg, 822, back.
832, thank you, welcome back. Beaver 244, descend via the Ocean 5 arrival. Runway 27, Boston altimeter 3001.
Okay.
Should be descend altitude. It's not an altitude, you need to follow the published altitudes on the approach chart, or star chart. Beaver 244, descend via Ocean 5 arrival for runway 27, Boston altimeter 3001.
Descend via the Ocean 5.
So we're going to go
Runway
27
Yeah.
and leave all that as it is. Judy to
Speedbird 822, we're reporting heavy turbulence.
Here we go to
level 260.
Good 832, thank you for the pilot.
direct
Beaver
approach,
244, just be advised,
cradle,
hitting aircraft 300 miles ahead, reported
clap,
moderate heavy turbulence.
at 8,000, Ethan at 5,000.
So that's what's this called?
Okay, Hawk do at
American
5,000.
1416, descend via the
And then
Roebuck pre-arrival, runway
go
27,
to
Boston altimeter 3001, and maintain 280.
expect radar vectors from there.
American 3225, Confederate Pro V. American 1843, descend maintain flight level 230.
230, American 1843.
Wonderful, care 7271, clear for approach runway 3. Air France 4083,
QNH 3001. It's a high workload environment right now. A little behind the airplane trying to catch up, but we are okay. 360. Put the gust back
Speedbird
to 22
832,
here.
we've passed our top of descent. Should we descent now?
Minimum is 460 here.
Be familiar with the procedure. Descend via
ID
pre-arrival.
GU 111.3, sweet. Run approach fix RBIT at 1700.
Sorry, say again please for Speedbird 832.
Speedbird 832, descend via
6,000
time
and
arrival.
then
Look at the
4,000.
star approach chart, star chart, and follow the altitude, published altitude on the arrival.
Copy that, Speedbird 832.
Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
2992 set.
2992. Set. Seatbelts.
On. Set and checked.
Minimum.
Set and checked.
Okay, 7271, runway 36, clear to land,
Auto brake.
340 out.
Low, set and checked. Set and checked.
American 1843, cleared, right, ready.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Cleared, Ruby.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
American 32.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, just to let you know, we have started our descent and we'll be inbound to Boston here in the next 20 minutes or so. We ask that you find your seats and fasten your seatbelts. We'll be on the ground here shortly. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Stand by for arrival.
Set. Passing 1,8,100.
Good.
Now.
Today.
Speedbird 832, we're requesting to descend.
Speedbird 832, did you read the information I sent to you? Okay,
yeah.
832, maintain 11000, Boston altimeter 3001. Speedbird 832, descend and maintain 11000, Boston altimeter 3001.
Descend and maintain 11,000, Boston altimeter 3001, Speedbird 832.
Speedbird 244, have you worked out how to do a descend via arrival, or are you still confused? No, I'm all good. Wonderful. If you're flying with the Speedbird 832, if you would mind, that would be great. No problem. I'm trying to fly there. Wonderful, I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, 7221, welcome to Poland. Thanks for the fun of the answer. Have a great day, everyone. Good to see you, mate.
I gotta double check what went wrong with our fuel prediction here, because we should have a enough fuel for our trip to Boston, and then our alternate 18 minutes, reserve fuel 45, contingency of 20, and we have an extra 5 minutes. I don't know.
Getting Boston Center American 1257 out of Pleasurable 1. American 1257, Boston. How do you climb and, yeah, sorry, maintain up 230. 230, what is that?
Maintain 300 knots still advised. We're at 11,000 here at Provi out of above.
JetBlue 1296, information is Delta, and put me on that, please.
And it's certainly Delta or expecting Airlines to send us to JetBlue 1296.
1,000 to go.
Board contact tower on 128.8. Call for push on all surfaces, excluding signature RAM. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Delta. Boston Logan Airport 8 is information Delta. 16554 Zulu. Wind 360 at 10 gust 22. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 6,000. Temperature 25. 2.9er. Altimeter 3001. ILS runway 27 approach and use. Departing runway 33 left. All aircraft read back all hold short instructions in.
Cool. Have information on Delta.
Rouge 1607, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 280. High discretion, descend 280. Ship at 832, vectors for descent, turn left, heading 180, center maintain 6,000.
Turn left 180, descend maintain 6,000, speedbird 822.
And just confirm heading 180, heading south.
180, speedbird 822.
And Center American 1776, just to verify, you do want us to maintain 300 knots below 10,000 feet.
American 1776, you can just maintain 250 below 10.
Roger, we'll maintain 250 below 10, 1776.
Thank you, American 3225, maintain 270 knots. Sorry, I missed the reback there. American 3225, just confirm, maintain 270 knots. Awesome, thank you. You're number 3 in the sequence. Break, American 18, quarter beat 3, descend via the roadblock, pre-arrival, runway 27, Boston altimeter 3001, do not exceed 270 knots in the descent.
From that, it's going to be a robot 3 arrival, runway 27, we'll make 270 knots on the descent, so American 1813.
American 1257, clear direct Provi. Direct Provi, 1257.
Landing lights on.
Pivot 832, turn right, heading 270.
Turning right 270, Spielberg 822.
JetBlue 1296, center maintain 3000.
Center maintain 3000 for JetBlue 1296.
Actually, it should be a pretty short taxi. If we take Echo, even if we get Kilo, that'd be great. If I can take Kilo. I would probably just get Echo. Get off on Echo, yeah. Right, we're not using 27 left, or 33 left anymore. We're using 27. Now, you see, we should have done this before. We need to use medium auto brakes now. We're now landing with 4,000 on the T1.
1,000 to go.
Okay.
Pivot 832, turn right, heading 360.
Turn right heading 360, Spielberg 822.
Pivot 832, descend and maintain 4000.
Descend and maintain 4,000, Spielberg 822.
American 1776, reduce speed to 210.
Speed 210, American 1776.
Pivot 244, reduce speed to 210. 210, Pivot 832, turn left, heading 310.
Turn left heading 210, Spielberg 822.
JetBlue 1296, turn right, heading 180.
Right, heading 180, sure, JetBlue 1296.
Blue 1296, thank you, maintain 190 knots.
1296, 190 knots.
Plus 30, exact 552, right, that was just part of Minuteman. Passing 2,000 now, 3,500, flight following 20 Delta Alpha.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked.
November 55297,
Flaps
hello,
1.
stand by. Deliver video, come back in 5 minutes.
Flight attendant seats for landing, please.
Thank you. Receive 44%, maintain 6,000. 6,000, Stewart. Okay, American 1776, turn right 20 degrees for spacing.
Right 20 degrees, American 1776.
Blue 1296, turn right heading 250, join the localizer.
50, join in the localizer, JetBlue.
As you're going to cross the localizer, Blue 1296, turn right heading 290 to join.
290, join JetBlue 290.
Thank you, American 1776, turn maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, American 1776.
Use Pivot 832, turn maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, Spielberg 822.
Pivot 244, turn maintain 5,000. 5,000, good. American 1416, speed 220.
220, 14, 16.
American 3225, reduce speed to 220. American 1257, center maintain flight level 210.
5210, 1257.
One
Is that
thousand to
Tiger
go.
55 calling? Tiger 55 bus, sending good afternoon, Samuel will be back very shortly. JetBlue 1296, overhead Lona, maintain 3000, established, third island 27 approach.
Maintain 3000 approach for Airlines. Approach is JetBlue 196.
Thank you, American 1776, reduce speed to 190, turn right 10 degrees.
190, turn right 10 degrees, American 1776.
Speedbird 244, reduce speed to 190. 190, Speedbird 832, clear direct to Lona, cross Lona at 3000. Cleared island 27, approach, maintain 210 knots.
Clear to Lona, clear for LS approach 27 left, Speedbird 832.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
November 55297.
I think they're getting hectic right now.
Intended destination.
Just pay attention and
Charlie 172.
try to follow along. Don't fall behind the airplane.
November 55297, squawk 4644.
4644.
Speedbird 832, turn left heading to 90, join the next line.
290, Speedbird 822.
JetBlue 596, tower 128.8. Thank you. Speedbird 244, turn left heading 180, to maintain 4000.
180 and 4000.
American 1776, turn maintain 4000.
4,000, American 1776.
And if it didn't give it already, speed 190 please.
Yep, maintaining 190 on the speed, American 1776.
If it didn't say already as well, American 1776, information is now Delta with Island 27.
Roger that, we have information Delta and we'll expect ILS 27, American 1776.
1,000 to go.
Speedbird 244, reduce speed to 170.
170, Speedbird 244.
Speedbird 832, you'll see you slowing down there. Maintain please 170 knots or greater till 5105.
Maintain 170 knots until final, Speedbird 822.
American 1776, turn left heading 290, join the localizer.
Left 290, join the localizer, American 1776.
Speedbird 244, turn right, that's a right turn.
Turn left,
the localizer, turn right
290.
heading 290 to join.
Heading 290, join.
American correction, Speedbird 244, thank you. Center maintain 3000.
3000, Speedbird 2.
And we're going to join the localizer, so we'll go ahead and arm the localizer.
Boston Center, November 12860, request flight policy, Kilo Alpha Delta Lake.
November 12860, Boston Center, hello, stand by. Break November 55297, radar contact altitude.
3,600.
November 55297, thank you. Maintain VFR and Boston Hospital 3001.
Into VFR 01 meters.
Speedbird 244, 6 miles from Lona, maintain 3000 established. Third island 27 approach. Maintain 170 knots until Milton. Correction 130 knots until Rivet.
Roger that, maintain 1 knots till Rivet. Clear the outlet approach on runway 27 and yeah, that's very speed for 244 is all the information.
Thank you, Speedbird 832, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
128.8, Speedbird 822.
There's the localizer.
Speedbird 244, contact Tower 128.8 today.
Localizer start.
128.8, good day, have a great postage line, then.
Thank you, 2. Break American 1416, reduce speed to 190, turn right 20 degrees.
190 right 20.
American 3225, reduce speed to 190.
So let's get
American
this.
1776, 2 miles from Christian overhead AB, maintain 4,000 still established. Clear the island, 27 Brits, maintain 190 knots till Christian 190 knots to Lona, and then 170 to return.
Roger, maintain 4,000 till established, clear for the ILS 27 approach, and we'll maintain 190 to Loner, and then 170 at Ribbit for American 1776. We'll maintain 190 at Loner, and we'll maintain, we are established on the localizer, so we can go ahead and get ready for the approach. We'll go ahead and arm that.
Boston Center, November 128.
Glide slope blue.
Cessna 172.
Cat 3 single.
Looking for flight following Kilo Delta Alpha Whiskey.
November 12860, thank you, squawk 3550, Boston altimeter is 3001.
3550.
Yeah, we're way below our fuel there. I don't know what happened there. I guess it was such a short flight, but I'm not sure.
Delta 1917, Boston radar contact, thank you, climb maintain 16,000. Happy full. American 1416, turn left heading 290, drop the line, center maintain 4,000.
290 down to 4, 1416.
American 1776, contact the tower 128.8, good day.
Order 128.8, see ya, thanks for the ATC, good job.
Pleasure, thank you.
Delta 131, just limit 2 taxi, take Kilo, and then Bravo Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short of 1.
Roger, Kilo, Bravo Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short of 48, Delta 131.
Boston Tower, American 1776, ILS 27.
American 1776, Boston Parallel, your number 3, 6 mile wind trail, on a 777-135010, got 22, runway 27, clear to land, Boston, wing service.
Roger, clear to land, number 3, behind the 777, and runway 27, American 1776. Alright, missed approach altitude is 3,000, like I said that. We go ahead and we got the glide slope is alive, and we're going to go ahead and start reducing our speed down to 170 here in a little bit. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Oh shoot, actually no, that's wrong.
Speedbird 822, we're going to go.
Speedbird 832, roger, fly runway heading, climb maintain 3,000.
Climb and maintain 3,000, Speedbird 822.
Brought the speed back a little too early, that's fine. No, we'll go at 188. Riding the needle here with that red tape there, but that's fine. Right, Boeing 777 just went around. Yeah, we can go to 170.
Boston Tower, JetBlue 2020, information Delta, gate Charlie 32, ready for pushback, commit to start.
JetBlue 2020 behind the company, E-Jet left to right, push on Alpha, approved, copper taxi 33 left.
Push on Alpha is approved, copper taxi runway 33 on JetBlue 2020.
Checked. Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
FedEx 1323 heavy
Gear
cross
down.
4 right at Charlie, hold short of 27.
Gear down.
Delta 131 cross runway 4 right at Charlie, hold short of 27.
Cross 4 right at Charlie, hold short of 27.
Speedbird AC2, should I contact center?
I'm working on your handoff.
Landing checklist.
Sorry, I did not hear you well. Say again, this is Speedbird AC2.
Landing no blue. Set and checked.
Speedbird 832 Heavy, turn right heading
Landing no blue.
4000.
Set and checked.
Turn 360, from 4000, Speedbird AC2.
Speedbird
Set and
832
checked.
Heavy, keep your right turn, come in at 060, contact box, and center
Landing checklist
134.7.
Contact
for a
Boston
bit.
Center onto 134.7, Speedbird AC2.
And make sure you make your right turn at 060.
060, Speedbird AC2.
FedEx 1323 cross runway 27.
1000.
I see the 777 exiting the
Speedbird
runway.
244 Heavy, welcome to Boston, taxi to terminal, via Kilo,
1000.
Bravo, Lima, cross runway 4 left.
FedEx to hurry up, please.
Follow American
Block 2,
I have control. I have control.
You have control.
American 14,
Approaching.
carrier 3 miles,
2,
trails on an
7.
A321, wind
2 lights, 2 reds.
3500, gust 22, runway 27, clear for land.
Operating in the better than American 14.
100 above.
Checked.
500.
American 3225 bus, carrier 4 miles of trail, spawn of 73, 135, gust 22, runway 27, clear for land, number 3.
Pitch.
Pitch check.
Sync rate.
FedEx 1323 heavy, runway 33 left, line of the wind.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, drive.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Checked.
70 knots.
Delta 131 cross runway 27 to
remaining.
2 mile final.
I'm crossing runway 27.
600 meters remaining.
Black Cindy must be General for Bravo. Can I just go here by Alpha and just turn back onto Bravo?
Yes.
Roger, thanks.
American 1776, taxi to terminal via Kilo Alpha Echo, cross 4 left, good day.
Kilo Alpha Echo to the gate and we'll cross 4 left for American 7076. Thanks for the ATC. After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Clear left side. The landing was a little squirrely, Dan. It was really strong on the winds there. But we got it down. I feel like there was definitely some wind shear though.
Clear right side.
Oh, that's the next one. a bit firm, but I needed to get it down in the touchdown zone. I definitely slammed on those brakes. I might have some hot brakes, to be honest. Yeah. They're alright. Not too bad. We'll just have the brake fans on. Not my best landing, but considering the situation, I was about to go around there, but we were so close to the touchdown zone, I was like, man. And I think the reason why I didn't go around because of that airplane taking off is I think it was AI traffic, so I wasn't gonna freak out over that. Where is gate number 9? This might be it right here. Taxi light off. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying with us today. On behalf of American Airlines and our flight crew, we thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you again soon. Flight attendants, the cabin is secure. You are free to commence deboarding once the jetway is connected. We'll go ahead and look outside. It might be super loud, actually, so let me turn down the audio. Mute it for a second. It is super loud. Well, I'm sure you can hear from my microphone. Yeah. Welcome to Boston. Again, not my best landing. I'm not proud of that landing. But I am happy to get it on the ground safe and sound. And yeah. Well, we'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining in. I think tomorrow there's another event, so we'll try to do that then as well. It's another $500. Hello, Daniel. Tell him I didn't see your message, but it got retracted. Tell him this. But yeah, I just finished up, Daniel, so I'm sorry. Kind of missed it, but kind of going back, reiterate. Did a flight from Philadelphia to Boston, commemorating America's birthday today by flying American 1776. And this is a real flight, by the way. And yeah, happy 4th of July. We got paid extra for it being a holiday today with our pilot career. Let's review the flight here. I'm actually a little nervous for this landing rate. I got -2 points for the landing rate. It was a little hard. It was firm, but again, hard landings are like around -800 or something like that. So we're well above it. Firm landing. This, however, might be the issue. Yeah, it was not a legal flight or a legal landing. We got a little bit off the touchdown zone, but still okay. I think it's technically still the first third, but it's out of the touchdown zone, so yeah, not the greatest there. Definitely, we'll just try to hide that. But yeah, it was a pretty strong crosswind. So we got runway 27, and the winds are coming out from the north here. So it's like, it was almost a direct crosswind, to be honest. And at 17 knots, so it's a pretty strong crosswind there. And we landed on center line, but then we drifted off on the rollout. Excuse me. So yeah. And with that flight completed, we'll go ahead and submit that. And since this is a holiday, we get paid, I think it was $500 and then 200% XP. So we made 157 XP on there. I think it's going to be double that. So congratulations, you've been promoted to first officer. Yes, you can view your new contract via the link at this dashboard. Excellent. We finally made it to our first promotion to first officer. Now next one is senior first officer, and that's at 5,000. So they said, right, we don't get paid till Monday. They said, look at your contract in the dashboard. Where do I go for that? Current contract. Do I get paid more now? I get $46 an hour. I think before it was 41. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Nice. So we're at $46 an hour now. I think before it was 41 if I stand corrected. But I did not, so I didn't leave. Yeah. No, I am flying as AA. However, so today was a special event for 4th of July, and they had an event from Philadelphia to Boston, flying as American Airlines 1776. So that's what we just did. We're still with Frontier. In fact, our next flight with Frontier is going to be from Detroit to Orlando. I did a flight, I think 1 year gone to Austria, we did a flight from, I did the flight from Orlando to San Juan, or San Juan to Orlando, and then Orlando back to San Juan. But yeah, we're definitely going to take advantage of those events going on. I think the next one is going to be, we just did this one. I don't know, can you double it? Can you double it, like do it again? I don't think so. The next flight is tomorrow from Boston to Ronald Reagan. That one's going to be an interesting one, honestly, because Ronald Reagan's a pretty fun airport to land in. So we might do the A320 for this one. We'll see. Yeah. Anyways, I'm really happy we made it to our first pilot rank of first officer, our first promotion. And then we got $500 for that event. I don't know if did that generate already or not. I don't think so. Let me look at my payroll. I got accredited 318. I don't see, because I get paid Mondays, so that's when we should be able to know for sure. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on next time. I think we have a little bit of some 4th of July festivities, so we'll see you around next time, probably tomorrow. So enjoy your 4th of July. Happy America's birthday, and we'll see you. Bye.